Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here, and Axl Rose is a moron. Another episode of Up from the Underground dedicated to music, and I've got two good albums for you, and I want to start off with the first one over here. This is a band that you probably have not heard about. They're called Nightwish. They've been around since the late 1980s, early 1990s. They are a Finnish melodic epic metal band, and they've gone through a couple of changes over the past couple of years, but they have a decent amount of albums. Their sound is sort of like heavier, but at the same time, very melodic Evanescence, if you like Evanescence, or remember Evanescence for that matter. So they've been around for quite some time, and they just recently released their second album, which is what I just showed you, Imaginarium, which features their second lead singer, and she's not as operatic as Tarja, their original, but she did give us a very strong debut in their first album, which she was the lead singer for, and Imaginarium is very interesting. If you have never heard of Nightwish and you're interested in listening to this music, my advice is do not start with this album. Start with an album like Oceanborn or Wishmaster. Those are definitely albums to start with. But Imaginarium is very interesting because it's sort of like a story about, like a fantasy world. And it's got some great songs in there from beginning to end, which are very, very different from each other. They take upon different kinds of musical styles and cultures, as well as one song in this album which sounds like it belongs in a Tim Burton movie or some sort. So it's a decent listen. It's not Nightwish's best, but it's definitely a great listen, and I don't really want to single out any songs because Nightwish is one of those bands where you really should listen to their albums as a whole and really appreciate the story that each album brings you with each listen. The next album that I want to bring to you is the soundtrack, but it's the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo soundtrack, and you guys know how much I love this book and the movie that goes along with it, but this soundtrack is just one amazing package. I mean, this cost me about $15, and you look at this, you get look at all of this music that you get in this album. It's 3 discs for $15, probably cheaper now, and even though it is not a Nine Inch Nails album, it's Trent Reznor once again with Atticus Ross, and I just love everything that they bring us, and it's not as good as the Social Network soundtrack. It's not as standoffish. It's got a couple of good parts, but it's also got a couple of songs that are very stale and repetitive, but it just helps it go along with the movie that it belongs to, and the best part is it does in fact have the Immigrant song cover, which features Karen O. It's such an awesome listen. I put that on my iPod. I can listen to that almost every day of the week. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo soundtrack. If you like Nine Inch Nails albums, pick it up. It's an awesome listen. So that's it, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. And the question that I want to leave you with brings me back to that wonderful Axl Rose. I mentioned in a video a couple of months ago that he and Guns N' Roses were announced to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but today there was an announcement saying that he does not want to be at the ceremony with his original bandmates. Do you think that he's just doing this as a publicity stunt to get some attention, or do you really think that he is just being an asshole? I am the Lawn Gnome, and remember that actions speak louder than words.